This year, when Russia invaded Ukraine, its impact was felt in India's defense sector. Besides higher crude oil and other commodities, there was one more concern for the Indian government and army.
When it comes to defense sector, we have good relations with both Russia and Ukraine. Both countries supply defense equipment and arms to India. So when both these nations clashed, it impacted the supply and maintenance of S-400 air defense system, tanks, helicopters and submarines. This further supplemented India's decision to become self-sufficient in the defense sector. Now, India has decided to reduce its reliance on imports in the defense sector and started production of weapons and technology domestically. This also boosted investor sentiment in the market. That's because it will directly help the companies in this sector. But before investing in these shares, it's better to have a look at the country's defense sector and the government's steps to become self-reliant in this sector. Because after all, only then you will be in a position to make an investment decision. So, given the current environment, let's start with the dependence of India on Russia and Ukraine.
As per the figures of Stockholm International Peace Research Institute (SIPRI), from 2016 to 2020, 49.4% of defense import in India was from Russia and 0.5% from Ukraine. If we look at the global scenario of defense import, from 2015 to 19, India's import accounts for 10% of global defense import. For 2017 to 21, top 5 global importers were India, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Australia and China. However, between 2011 to 15 and 2016 to 20, imports of weapons declined by 33%. Dependence on other nations for defense purposes is not good as per the fiscal position and security of the country. The government has taken big decisions regarding this. Like in May 2020, FDI limit in the defense sector was increased from 49% to 74%. Now let us talk about this year's FY 2022-23 budget. For the current fiscal year, defense budget is 4.05 lakh crore rupees. This does not include defense pension money. The larger chunk of this money would be used for the modernization of the armed forces. For 2022-23, capital outlay has been increased by 12.82% to over 1.52 lakh crore rupees. Capital outlay is generally used for the modernization of armed forces. On April 7, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh issued the third positive indigenization list of 101 equipment and platforms. They will be bought only through domestic industry. The list includes utility helicopters, light tanks, small UAVs and anti-ship missiles for the Navy. This will help in fulfilling the needs of Indian forces. So the emphasis on domestic production of weapons and equipment will be beneficial for the companies. Many of these companies are also listed. In the coming days, their investors can enjoy a good run. Experts are also bullish regarding this. ICICI Securities research analyst Abhijit Mitra said that in the next 5 years, for items included in the third list, domestic defense companies can get orders worth 21,000 crore rupees. Shares of defense sectors are on rampage. Between April 6 and April 27, these shares have increased 32%. Defense Minister also said that in the next 6 years, there will be opportunities worth 6.1 lakh crore rupees due to focus on local.
To make the most of this opportunity, all the small and big firms have to make huge investments. Global brokerage firm CLSA believes that the import ban on 101 defense items will give capable domestic firms like HAL, L&T, BEL and Bharat Dynamics investment opportunities worth 2.14 lakh crore. CLSA says that companies will start getting orders from FY 2024 and HAL will have the biggest opportunity as they can get orders worth 21,500 crore rupees for utility helicopters of the Navy.
Bharat Electronics, Hindustan Aeronautics and Bharat Dynamics are the favorite stock for most of the brokerages. These companies have a dominant position in the defense sector. Money9 suggests there is a lot of interest in defense shares. Their prices have increased a lot in recent days. It can be risky to invest at such a high level of price and it won't be wise to do so. So it's better to consult your financial advisor, and then once there is a dip in those shares, you can buy from a long-term perspective.